Arthur Roberts was one of Scotland's first black soldiers. He survived the First World War and ended his days in 1982 in a care home in Glasgow. His name would have been lost forever were it not for a remarkable sequence of events that happened after a couple bought their first house. Polly Bartlett has a story.
He asked me if I would like the cleansing department to come in and empty the house, or whether I would like a wee rummage through myself. And I decided to take the chance and have a wee rummage through myself, and that's how I discovered Arthur's diary.
Little was known about Arthur Roberts, a Scottish soldier who felt his contribution to the First World War had been forgotten.
This is the main man himself.
The diaries found in an attic in Glasgow were written over the course of a single year, 1917. His writing details the horrors of war and loss, heavy shelling, blood-covered rations, friends he witnessed dying.
First of all, we went down in the living room, here was the cardboard box, and then started to sort of do a lot of investigating ourselves. We went to Berwick-on-Tweed, to the Kingsland Scottish borders, and we met there the archivist. He said it was absolutely brilliant. Each one of these are all drawings of the trenches. See, when I got to the War Museum in London, when they said yes, they would love to put it on display, that was the biggest thing ever for me. I used to always say, if I ever got it sort of to such a high place as that, and when they said bring it down and we'll have a look at it, and they phoned up and they said they absolutely loved it. That's where it is now. It's on display in the Imperial War Museum.
There were no black troops included in the Peace March of 1919, a victory parade held to mark the end of the war. On his return to Glasgow, Arthur worked in the shipyards.
But to think that the first recorded race riots in the UK happened in this very spot.
That same year, black and Asian shipyard workers, many of them veterans of the First World War, were violently set upon by a white mob. Activist Sandra Yeaman says she believes this period in Scottish history has been cut out.
The trade union movement thought it was okay to put a colour bar on sailors from Africa and Asia, people who saw themselves as members of the British Empire, who fought in the First World War for that British Empire, and here they were being ostracised by the colour of their skin.
Arthur's diaries are now published into the book As Good as Any Man.
I'm just happy that it did get found so that people could read and find out exactly what he'd done, you know, so I'm very proud of him. I think this is what he dreamed for.
This was his dream.
Without guys like that, today wouldn't be like how it is.
In his diary, Arthur wrote that he'd always hoped someone would tell his story. Polly Bartlett, STV News.